Good morning, everyone. So the event of the year is upon us, the Hermanson Kist fall sale, the only sale like it in the world. Baby colts galore, 3 days here in Mandan, North Dakota. So we know we'll have people here from all over the country, but we also know there's a lot of you that can't make it to Mandan for the sale this week. And for those of you, you don't have to be left out. We've got online bidding, guys. We'll be live all 3 days. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with online bidding. And so this video is just to walk everyone through how to view the sale, how to register, and how to bid online. Kind of give you the basics. Sometimes seeing things in front of you and having a little walkthrough makes it easier. First, I want to answer a question I get all of the time, and that question is, do we have to be registered just to watch the sale? And the answer to that is no, you do not. We'll be live on Horse Auctions USA on our app and on our website. We'll be live on Horse Auctions USA on Facebook. And to use any of those avenues, you do not have to have an account. You can just click view live and you're off to the races. So if all you want to do is watch, no, you don't have to make an account. But if you want to bid, well, then you do need an account. We're going to go over how to do all of that. If you registered for the Hermanson Kist sale last year, or for that matter, if you've ever been registered to bid for an auction through Horse Auctions USA, you're going to use your email and your password that you used when you registered the first time. If you need to reset your password or you forgot what it was, you can. If you have any trouble resetting that, you can reach out to me. I'm going to put my phone number and all that in the information for this video. So we'll get you taken care of. So first, let's talk about how to get there. So two ways to do this. If you're going to be using your phone, a tablet, a mobile device, I'm going to recommend you download the Horse Auctions USA app. It is free to download. It is super, super user-friendly. You do not have to be tech savvy in any kind of way to operate it. And most of my customers who have this app really like it and find it super easy to use. So you are going to go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, and in the search bar, you're going to type Horse Auctions with an S at the end, USA. Or you can go here to horseauctionsusa.com on the device that you want to download it on, and then click our app and then the download for the appropriate device. Apple users here, everybody else over here. Okay, so that's the app. And when it's on your phone, this is what it looks like right here. Okay, for the rest of you, this will work in any browser, but I recommend using Google Chrome. It just tends to be the most up-to-date browser. You guys, in your address bar, you're going to type bid, like you're placing a bid, BID, .horse auctions, and there's an S at the end of auctions, USA.com. Enter. So whether you're on the app or the website, the rest of this is pretty much the same. When you first open the app or you go here on the website, it's going to bring you to our landing page. And as the name implies, Horse Auctions USA, we're all over the place. So you're going to see lots of auctions here. However, we're worried about Hermanson Kist, and that's the next auction coming up chronologically. So it's going to be right at the top. This is a 3-day sale, guys. So in order to have online bidding, we have to set up each day as its very own auction. So you'll see day 1, day 2, day 3, okay? When you register under 1, it's going to pull your registration information over to the other 2 sales. So you don't have to go through the whole registration process for each sale. They are linked. So I'm going to start with day 1 because that's the logical starting point. You're going to click View Auction. Okay, and that is going to bring up an index, if you will, of all of the horses that will be selling. There's a lot of them, okay? So this is an index, and you can kind of scroll down through and see what we've got, okay? You're going to see the catalog listings for each horse, and then if we've got photos, obviously you'll see those. Certainly all of the colts do not have photos, but we do have photos for a lot of them. So when you see one that you're interested in, you can kind of click on that and it'll bring you to that horse's page. And if the consignor has a website or a Facebook, there'll be a link to that there as well if they've sent that to us. So that's kind of how to navigate. I do want to whip into day 3 because I want to show you guys something. So these first 2 days, these are all 2023 foals, right? Thursday and Friday, both days, hundreds of 2023 foals. Okay, so that's those first 2 days. However, on Saturday, day 3, we've got all the other ages. So that means we've got riding horses, and riding horses will often have a video. So if there's a video, let's click on this guy. He's got a video. It's going to tell you they have a video. It'll be the second thumbnail of their listing, okay? So it'll pop right up there for you. You can play it right there. So that's just kind of how to navigate and find your way around and all of that good stuff. So to register to bid, you'll notice that under every single listing, it says register to bid. So it doesn't matter what horse you click under, it's going to register you for the whole auction. Click register to bid. Now, again, if you were online with us here for Hermanson Kist last year, or if you've been online bidding with Horse Auctions USA at any auction, you're going to put in your email and your password here. If you're new, you've never ever bid or registered with Horse Auctions USA, you're going to go to no account, sign up here. Remember, guys, if you're a bidder at Hermanson Kist in person, but you haven't used Horse Auctions USA, they're separate, completely separate entities, right? So if you've never registered in Horse Auctions USA, you are new. So no account, sign up here, name, email, fix you a password right there. Make sure that that's checked and continue. It's going to have you put in a debit or a credit card on the next screen. Now, this is an unfortunately necessary step. This day and age, we're subject to scammers, just like every other industry is. So we need to make sure that you're a real person over the age of 18 and that you can pay for the horses that you're bidding on. So you're going to put a card in on the next screen. It's going to put a $1,000 pre-authorization on that card. This is not a charge. It is a pre-authorization. So it's going to show up like a hold, and it's going to sit there as pending, and at the end of the auction it's going to fall off like it was never there. If you have mobile banking, your mobile banking app will most likely send you a notification that looks like a charge. Don't let that send you into a panic. Again, it's a hold, it's a pre-authorization, just like when you rent a car, book a hotel room, etc. But it is going to fall off. It's going to go away like it was never there. Again, an unfortunate but necessary step. It's just the times we live in. Winning bidders, you are going to make final payment directly to Hermanson Kist, and they actually don't take cards. So you'll need to do cash. You'll need to do check with a bank letter of credit. So now during the work week, let me just make that clear to you guys who are new to Hermanson Kist. If you have not done this before, the only way you can write a check there for your purchases is with a current bank letter of credit. So make sure you get to your bank and you get that in order beforehand. If you plan on wiring, please reach out to me for the wiring instructions. I will email them to you. I'll put my email in the information on this video as well. You can certainly call Hermanson Kist. Call the Kist Livestock office for the wiring instructions, but we will provide those to you. Or, of course, you can always pay cash at pickup. So again, you'll put your card in. We're not charging your card for your purchases. We're just putting a pre-authorization on it to make sure that, you're a real live person. So once you're registered to bid, let me get into my bidder account so you guys can see how this all works. Once you're registered to bid, the way this looks is going to change a little bit. Now you see my name up here, okay? And you see that the register to bid prompts have changed to say bid, okay? So that's how you know you're logged in and registered. Remember, I told you once you're registered under 1, it's going to populate for the other sales. So I think I just registered under sale 3. So let's go over here. See, I'm registered to bid, right? Because I'm logged in. Same thing. I'm going to go to day 2. I'm logged in. It says bid, okay? So good practice to get into so that you make sure that you are, ready to go. Once you've registered, make absolutely sure that the first thing you do when you get in here is that you see your name at the top and that these prompts tell you to bid, not register to bid. That way you know you're logged in and you're good to go. Each of the sales has a practice lot. That's lot 0. This has some helpful information. This is where I'm going to have a link to this video. If you need to come back to it for reference, it'll say it here. I'll put it right in here in, big, bold, bright letters. Click here for a video tutorial. That way you can come back and see it. So again, there's some useful information down here. Contact information, both for the Kist office and for me. Okay. And then you can also, as the name implies, use this to place some practice bids. When we go live, You're going to make sure you're logged in. You're going to click on that first lot, and then you're going to click this little icon here. This is View Live, right? We're not active right now, obviously, so it's not going to bring anything up. But when we are, you're going to have real-time audio and video here. So you can watch and bid just like you're here in person. And this right here is your bid button, okay? This is the equivalent to having your bidder card if you were live in person with us. So I know some of you have a hard time following an auctioneer, and if that's the case for you, don't panic. My job is to keep up with the auctioneer and make sure this number in front of you is the number that he's asking for. So if you're having a hard time when we're live, you're not quite sure what the auctioneer is asking for price-wise, you just look at the number on the bid button in front of you. I'm going to stay right with the auctioneer, and this number will change as he's going. Okay, so let's say we're live and I want to bid. It says bid, and they're asking for 1,000. Yep, I'm good there. So I'm going to click to bid. And then notice it says confirm bid. You have to click a second time to confirm. Now there is no question that I am the high bidder, okay? It's changed to green and it's telling me I am the high bidder. So when we're live, real important that you do confirm your bid, okay? And make sure you're the high bidder. If someone comes along and knocks me out, this is going to change and it's going to ask me if I want to bid again. So when we're live, you need to know that. For the rest of you, in case you're wondering, why on earth, if we're not live yet, does it say bid now? Because you have the option to place early absentee bids. So there's a few times when you're going to want to use this, and I'm going to go over those. The first and most obvious time is maybe you have to work during the sale, and maybe your boss isn't a big fan of you buying horses on company time. Perfectly understandable. Maybe you live in rural America with spotty or slow internet service, or you're going to be driving, you're not sure what kind of service you're going to have. This is really important, guys. Lots of horses to go through, right? There's over 400 each day. That means our auctioneers, they're going to be going along at a pretty rapid pace. The internet at Kist Livestock is very good. So there will be no delay on my end, okay? That's going to be transmitting in real time, no delay. You're going to be hearing it and watching it as it's happening. However, I have absolutely no control over what kind of speeds you have on your end. So if you're in an area with slower internet, spotty internet, or you're driving with poor cell service, you might want to think about using this absentee bidding option. Because if there's lag on your end and your bid comes in too late, and the auctioneer has said sold, there's nothing I can do. It's over, it's done, and you missed out. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You know what kind of service you have at your house or wherever you're going to be. So just bear that in mind. The other time that I'm going to suggest that you might want to think about using this is if you are a person that finds big decisions under pressure really something to be that you struggle with, and buying a horse is a pretty big deal for most people. You might want to think about using it then. Again, we've got 3 outstanding auctioneers, and they're going to go along at a pretty rapid rate. So if you find that overwhelming, you might want to think about using this option. If you've used eBay, this works much the same way. Next to where that bid button is, you see there's a little drop-down arrow. If you click that, it's going to bring this up, Create Max Bid. That's where you put in your maximum bid. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put $2,000 in on this one, okay? And then I'm going to say Place Max Bid. And I want to show you something. I just placed a maximum bid of $2,000, but you see here it did not change. That's because the computer, once you place that maximum bid, the computer takes that and its job now is to act as your agent. So it is not, I have people who've been afraid to use that option. They're afraid the computer's just going to wham, set you in for your maximum. It's not, guys. The computer's job is to bid on your behalf. Its purpose at this point is to get that horse for you for the lowest possible amount. So even though I put in a $2,000 maximum bid here, the computer knows I was already the high bidder at $1,000. There's absolutely no reason to raise that bid. So I'm going to sit there until someone comes along and bids higher than $1,000 and knocks me out. And when it does, the computer's going to put me back in at the next available increment, right? So if someone comes along and bids $1,250, the computer's going to say, I got $1,500 over here, and it's going to put me back in, right? So it's not just going to jump to your maximum. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. The other thing I want you to be aware of is this. If you place a maximum bid and that horse comes in the ring and they make an announcement that changes the written information you had available to you, for example, the horse is a cribber, or they had a fender bender on the way there and that horse is all cut up, the horse is visibly lame, when it comes in the ring. I'm going to take your bid out. I'm going to trash it. and not accept that bid, because once they make that announcement, it changes the playing field. Right now, the floor bidders have information that you didn't have access to, and the playing field is no longer level between you. So go ahead and use that option with confidence. It's there for you. And a lot of people find it, comforting to have that. You can certainly, and I've had lots of people do this, you can place a maximum bid even if you plan on watching live. You can always kind of jump in here and change that, or jump in here and go to live bidding if your maximum is, they're approaching it when we're live and you say, well, you know what, I would go a little higher. You can jump in and change the max, or jump in and go to live bidding. So just be aware that you can do all of those things. So that's kind of online bidding in a nutshell. Again, my name is Bridget. I will be there in person live all 3 days. My cell phone is 336-904-8903. I'm going to put that in the video information. And please reach out to me if you have trouble. I am going to encourage you to register prior to the start of the sale each day, because once we're live, I'm on that auction block and running this computer, and it's really hard for me, if not impossible, to answer the phone. So we're usually stuck with having to text, and that's a real nuisance. So yeah, you can register anytime. You can register when we're live. You can register right in the middle of the sale. It doesn't matter. But registration is open now, and I would encourage you to register now. So I hope you found this useful. There's a lot of great animals coming through, quarters, apps, paints, crossbreds, you name it, a little bit of something for everyone. There's some really great gypsy and gypsy cross babies coming, so every color under the sun, and again, there's nothing like it in the world. If you've never been to Hermanson Kist, check it out. Truly, it's one of a kind, a very historic sale, and we're very, very, very thankful and proud to be here and be a part of it. So good luck, everyone. Happy bidding. Again, if you need me, I'm just a phone call or a text away. Thank you, everybody.